On February 23rd is when I had made the decision to go be with the Lord, and I was very at peace during that time. That was one of the most peaceful days of my life, because knowing that the pain would end, the exhaustion, the fighting, having to fight yourself every day, fighting to eat, fighting to shower, fighting to wake up, fighting to do anything, fighting to get out of bed was exhausting. I was mentally exhausted, and I hadn't slept for weeks. I couldn't do it anymore. So I ended up drinking a whole bottle of wine to myself. And this is when it gets very graphic, so if you don't want to watch this, you can skip ahead. But and I took, I believe, over 300 pills, and they were very high doses of pills, and it was enough to have ended my life. And that's when I made that decision that day, and it was very hard. I didn't really know how to go about it, so what I knew was I wrote notes to my family, and I played one last playlist that I loved. Music helped me during this time, but at the same time it was really adding on to it. But at this time I had no clue. I didn't know the power of words. I didn't know the power of my own words, the music that you listen to, what you speak, what you do, who you surround yourself with. I had no clue what negative impact it was having on me. I just knew that I wanted it to end. And it was the medication. I believe it was over 15,000 milligrams, and it was enough to end my life. But I woke up the next day and very confused and very angry, and I was more than angry. I was furious. I was tired. I did not want to be there. And the night before, when I closed my eyes, I believed in my heart that I was going to die. So waking up was just frustrating, and I ended up telling a friend of mine, and I just told her that I don't want to be here, and I began crying very hard. She just told me that I needed to tell somebody, because the amount of medication could have hurt my stomach and really harmed my body, but I didn't care. So my mom noticed something was wrong with me. I laid in bed and I didn't move. I didn't do anything, and she knew. So my friend ended up talking to her personally and calling the police to my house to take me to the hospital. And I did that, and they put me into it was like a hospital in a way for teens that had basically either done what I had done or just truly needed help. And it was very hard for me to be taken out of my house and put in a place with people I didn't know, and doctors, and being asked 1,000 questions, and just being confined into this space, and you had no control. I had no say in it. There was nothing that I could have done to change it, and it was hard, and I cried. And I think the hardest part was being told that you had to eat when you didn't want to eat, and going to all these classes and being around all these people, and not being able to see my family, and not being in my own bed, and just being checked on every 15 minutes to make sure that you were breathing, because you were considered a threat to yourself. And that was hard for me, and I never thought a day in my life that I would have been there. And that's when I realized that it was serious, and clearly it didn't work. But before that, when they did take me to the hospital, I jumped ahead. They took my blood work, and they took it, I think, more than 10 times. And I just remember laying in the bed being very sad. And when they took my blood work and they asked me what happened to me, told them what had happened, they didn't find not 1 gram, not 1 milligram of ibuprofen, of anything that I took in my bloodstream. and I was very confused because, like I said, I took over 15,000 milligrams, and the doctors were confused, and they just continued to take blood from me, and my father was confused, my mom was confused. I didn't know at the time what was happening, but when I was told, when my dad did tell me that they found absolutely nothing, to the point where they almost didn't believe me. But I'm very thankful that they did, because I needed the help. That's when I realized that that doesn't just happen, and that's not a mistake. If you run so many tests, it's going to tell you. So that's when I knew that it was God, and that He had saved my life. At that time, I didn't really know what to do with it, but I was angry. I was mad that it didn't work, but now looking back on it, I'm very thankful and I'm very grateful that He did that, and to know that there was somebody greater than me and just so amazing that wanted to save me, wanted to save my life, and He truly gave me a second chance. And I thank Him. I thank Him every day. It truly is a miracle that I am alive today. And when I woke up, I didn't have any stomach pain. Like I said, I wasn't eating, so I just didn't understand it. That amount of alcohol, it wasn't, all of it was unhealthy. So I just thank God. I thank God that He did what He did, that He saved me, and to this day, I'm so grateful. And sometimes it's surreal to be here. It really is, because when you make up your mind to leave, and God says no, you're staying here, no, you're going to live, you're going to do many, many, many things. It truly is amazing. So I thank Him, I thank God. And after I got out of that hospital, and I didn't go straight to Him. It took about a year for me to do so, but over time, I slowly gained weight. And then when I moved back in with my dad, and he really taught me who God was, that changed everything. He taught me the power of my words. He taught me how to pray. I said the prayer of salvation, and I had the Holy Spirit, and He was there with me, and God really took me out of it. And I began every day just getting in the Word, and I spent hours, from 10 a.m. to 4 to 6 in the afternoon. I stayed and I studied the Word. I watched sermons. I read the Bible. I got in the Word, and I spent time with God. I made the decision to devote my life to Him, because at that point, I knew He saved me. I knew He was the reason that they found nothing in my system. I knew He was the reason that I was there, and this wasn't a coincidence. It wasn't a fluke. It was a miracle from the Lord Himself. And within 2 weeks of praying and just speaking the right words and saying that I'm healed from this, I'm healed from depression, within, I believe, 2 weeks of doing this, He took everything away. I remember my dad asked me, hey, how are you feeling? And it clicked for me, wow, the thoughts, the constant pondering, the constant being in my head, I was able to sleep. I didn't feel pain 24/7. I didn't feel that anymore. It really set in for me, and I didn't know how to comprehend it, because when you're that sad and that miserable for so long, you'd never really believe that it can happen. The devil lies to you when he tells you that you're never going to be happy. But the Lord said no, and I thank Him, I really do. That's when I realized that my life was gonna change, and I didn't understand why He did it. I didn't get it, but I knew back then that everything that I was doing that wasn't right, I did illegal things. I did a lot of things that I wasn't supposed to. I was not walking with the Lord. I was hanging around the wrong people. He was there with me through it all. And that night when I decided to end my life, He was there. And it was surreal. It was amazing, and I began eating again, and I got up to a healthy weight within a matter of months. The doctors were confused. I seem to always amaze them somehow. God, he's so good, and he brought me to him. He just really changed my life for the better. He surrounded me with godly people. He taught me his word. And I began getting closer with him and just spiritually mature at a fast rate. I devoted my life to him at a very young age. I'm 18 years old now. And it's a beautiful thing. So I thank God. I thank him very much. I thank the people that he gave me, the Jesus crew, and Christy, Angie, Misty, my dad, my Uncle Keith, and LG. This giving me these wonderful people that I can confide in and just share my story with. And they were there through a lot of it, even when I didn't know they were there. They were there praying for me. When I couldn't pray, they were just speaking for me and just really uplifting me. So when I say that the Lord can change your life, he can. He can change it for the better. When nothing works, God works. He's going to be there for you. And I'm telling you now that he is amazing. Not only did he deliver me from depression, anxiety, and anorexia, I was bulimic for a while, and I experienced internal bleeding, but the Lord stopped all of it, and I thank him very much. I was planning before walking with him to go to LCC, which is a community college in Lansing, Michigan. He said no. He had bigger plans for me, and I wasn't supposed to go to a big university or anything, but man, the Lord, he did good things, and I prayed and I gave it to him, and I told him what I wanted, and he got me accepted into over, I think, like 13, 15 schools. I got accepted into Michigan State University, Colorado State University, Ohio, LSU, and a bunch of HBCUs, and I was so grateful. I'm so thankful. I decided to go to Colorado State University, and I thank you, Jesus, as a school I wanted. I fell in love with that state, and he really did. He turned my life around, and I thank him, because if I were to have left that day when I had decided to, there would have been no chance of being able to see my family or experiencing a good life. So I do thank him. I had no clue what I was doing at that time, but he really took me. He took me by the hand and he grabbed me, and walking with him was the greatest thing I've ever done. This is a whole nother testimony, and I'll to share this with you, but a whole nother video, but he healed me from scoliosis. He took, my back hurt so bad for so long, but he took it away, and I thank him. I thank him. I thank him for everything. I thank him for the people, and he's a really good God. The Bible, the Word, the truth, everything about it is amazing. So if there's anything that you're dealing with, if there's anything, depression, anxiety, I don't care what it is, it can be something the doctor says it's impossible. I'm telling you that it's possible and that it's true. Depression doesn't go away in 2 weeks. You don't beat eating disorder that almost, man, you just don't do that within a matter of months, with no medical help, with no therapist, with no medication, with nothing, no doctor, and just straight prayers. That's technically in this world not supposed to be possible, but it's possible, and it's real. God is real, and he's beautiful. The relationship that you can develop with him is beautiful. And just knowing that I had a purpose finally. I had a reason to live. And at one point I really thought life was pointless. I didn't like how temporary things were, but now the Lord has truly just changed my perspective and my mindset and to his, and seeing how beautiful life is and how great things are. So that, man, there's so much more. There's so much more to my story. There's so much more to me, and that went along all in between this, but the main point of this is to give the glory and the honor and all the praise to God. So I thank him. I've probably said it 30 times, but he is amazing. I thank you for taking the time to watch this. God is a good God, so here I am now. I'll be 19 in February, and every birthday that I have it's a miracle and it's a blessing. So I thank God. I thank God for saving my life on multiple occasions. I thank God for just changing my life and changing it for the better. I'm able to travel the world. I'm able to do everything that I want to do. I don't have to live in fear. I don't have to be anxious nor sad. I have the free will to do whatever I want. I have chosen to give my life to God, and no matter what age you are, it doesn't matter if you're 60, I don't care. Just go to God, give him it all. There's nothing, it's never too late. You are amazing, and I hope that as time goes on and I share more with you, that I'll be able to give more testimonies to you and the people around me. And yeah, so that's my story. That's how I got delivered from many things, and that's how my life changed. So I thank you. I thank God, and God bless you. So thank you, Jesus crew, and have a good day.